The Muhlenberg football team is not the preseason favorite to win the Centennial Conference, unlike last year when the Mules topped the poll with a record-setting 28-point margin. Muhlenberg tied with Dickinson to finish second. With Johns Hopkins slated as the team to beat in 2009, Tom Mykrantz previews this year's Mules.
The two-time defending Centennial Conference champions were 9-2 overall last year, 7-1 in the conference, but their season ended rather abruptly with a 20-0 loss to Wesley in the NCAA first round. Spearheading the offense were Conference Offensive Player of the Year, running back John DeLuca, and quarterback Eric Santagato. After just a couple of days of practice, head coach Mike Donnelly says replacing those two studs remains to be seen.
We have to solve the problem at quarterback because we don't have one. But we've got some guys that we think can step up. We really like a couple of the freshmen, and we've got one upper class guy, a sophomore, who's had 2 or 3 pretty good days. The tailback spot, we've gotten a couple of young guys come in that have done a great job for us in their testing. So we've moved them up. We have a kid named Terrence Dandridge. He's a kid from Baltimore, and he ran extremely fast for us, and he's got great movement, and he knows his plays.
Wide receiver Phil Cresta is back. His 08 season featured 56 catches for 981 yards and 9 touchdowns. Cresta posted those numbers despite limited action in several games working through an injury.
You know, he only played a couple snaps against Ursinus and none against Moravian, and then only 1 against Wesley. And so he went in the books as playing 11 games, but we know he only really played 9 or 8. And he had a great year. We want to put the ball on him as many times as we can. He's a great player.
We're a pretty 50-50 offense, so I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to try and do the same things we always do. I mean, we have a recipe for success, so that's been working for us for the past a while now. So I mean, I don't know if anything will change. We have the right guys to to fill in the spots from last year, so I think we should be right where we left off.
Muhlenberg's trademark stingy defense, which was tops in the Centennial Conference and 14th in the nation last season, returned 7 starters.
We've got some kids that can run. We're probably going to play 2 defensive lines, so that means we've got depth, and we've got a couple kids in there that can run. Outside linebacker, we have to solve that. We've taken a kid that's played for us for a long time, Frank Emmett, and moved him from defensive 5 technique to our outside linebacker, a la Matt McCall a couple of years ago, who went on to become the player of the year in the conference.
Overall, the Mules lose 12 starters and return 12 from a year ago. Donnelly, though, was somewhat surprised at his team's lofty preseason ranking.
I would have voted us much lower, and I think the reason for that is because we did graduate a 3-year starter at quarterback and a tremendous tailback, and a tailback that was good enough to step in and play fullback. And we lost our All-American center. So we lost everybody right down the middle of our offense. I'd pick us as 5th or 6th in the league.
The league, it's definitely going to be a battle like it is every year. I mean, there's a ton of good teams. I mean, every team's been improving every year, and it should be a very, very competitive league.
The Mules open their 2009 season September 5th at Wilkes. On the scene at Scottywood Stadium, Tom Mykrantz, 2 Sports.